So a bunch of years ago, I had a situation where I was out and about and like we needed some basic tools, and someone made a comment like, "Oh, you drive that big truck, but you have no tools in it." And they were actually right. I didn't have like anything in this truck. I don't think I even had like pliers or a knife. So I was like, that's a problem. I want to keep some tools in the truck. So I've been working on a toolkit for a couple of years. You could go out and buy one of those sets of tools that comes with everything in the plastic box, but I don't really love those. The problem with one of these sets is the box one is like pretty big and bulky, and it won't like fit under the seats ever. They're kind of huge. And also like it comes with all this stuff, which you don't even ever need, like a bunch of random bits and stuff. Like I kind of like a more compact, like concise, specific set. Also like these boxes, there's no pliers or like just those random tools are never in here. It's just sockets, and it's too big for my truck. Like I don't like having this in the truck. So instead, I opted to kind of just put together my own with some tools that I thought would be like essential, that you know, are the most common tools that you would need. So I'm pretty sure that all this stuff together was like $100 or less, and it's almost all Harbor Freight stuff, but it's stuff you use so rarely, like I don't think it'll even matter. First thing when you open it up, you got the box wrenches. You got American and metric. It goes from 7/8 to 1/4 inch, which is good, and 6 mil to 19 mil. Yeah, just basic set of wrenches. And then next we got, so for sockets, I got 3/8 and 1/4 inch. I don't really think 1/2 inch is needed, like almost ever, especially like on the side of the road. Again, this is American and metric. And then it came with the ratchet, obviously. Only thing I wish I had thought about more was that these are 12 point. Ideally, you would want 6. Like, it's pretty rare that a 6-point socket won't work. And the 12 points, when you're working on old stuff, like they strip stuff too easy. So if I could do that again, I would make sure I get 6-point, but this is fine for now. And it's nice that it's all compact. They kind of have the built-in like rail, so they all stay together. And then I got the same thing in 1/4 drive. And these are 6-point. So I don't know if I just messed that up and they had the 3/8 6-point, but you know, ideally 6-point everything. And then also got a rail of the Torx bits. I've been finding like a lot of stuff nowadays has Torx, and this is one of those things where like if you need to get some kind of plastic cover off or something that has Torx and you don't have Torx, like you're done right there. So Torx is good. I do like to carry some electric stuff with you because sometimes like a super simple thing can be an issue, and if you have the right stuff to fix it, that's cool. So this is just zip ties, some heat shrink, and a couple of these terminals. Every now and then like one of these is bad or breaks or whatever, and if you have one, you can fix it easy. If you don't have one, you can't fix it. So I like having something like this. Keeping going with the electric stuff, cheap multimeter. This is one of those things where if you're on the side of the road and you have a multimeter, you can kind of determine like, can I fix this now, or is this like a bigger problem? Like for example, if you can test if a wire has power and it doesn't, like you can check for fuses or something easy. But sometimes you start doing continuity tests and you're like, all right, something's actually messed up here. Like I'm not going to be able to fix this right now. So continuity, being able to test continuity is good. Quick voltage check, like stuff like that's good. So I like to have a multimeter. And then got that Harbor Freight pliers set. So got channel locks, set of dikes, regular lineman's pliers, and then of course needle nose. I don't have vice grips in here. I would like to have vice grips. I should add those. Got the Pittsburgh screwdriver set. It's pretty much all the screwdrivers you need. And then some wire strippers. Something else I would like to, actually that's not everything, I lied. Got Allen keys. Allen keys kind of like the Torx, like if you need an Allen set or an Allen key and you don't have it, you're kind of done. So those are good to have. And then also got flashlight in there. Something else that I usually carry that I thought for sure was in here. So 2 things I'm thinking of just now that I thought were in here that are not, that I'd like to add. Definitely need a razor blade. That's easy. I'll add that. And then also I'd like to have a lighter. One for this heat shrink. And then also just, it's good to have a lighter. I don't know. I thought that was in this kit. like I was saying, those like pre-bought mechanic set that come in the plastic cases, like you can't add to them, and they're missing important stuff. Like there's nowhere to put these pliers in one of those boxes. The multimeter and stuff, like anything you want to add, you can't add, so you need a second bag. It's like, I'd rather just have everything in a bag that is good to go. So yeah, the thought with having a setup like this is like any basic repair that you should be able to make, like you can do with these tools. I don't ever want to be in the situation where it's like, oh, if I only had this, like insert this basic hand tool, then I could fix my problem. I don't want that, so I think pretty much everything here is what you'll need to do most basic stuff. One more thought on the sockets. These are the short 3/8. I definitely prefer to use deep sockets. I went with shorts because, one, they fit in the bag easier. Two, like, it's pretty rare that a deep socket will only work and a short won't, but it definitely happens where like a deep socket won't fit and you need a short. So I feel like the shorts are probably more likely to work. One caveat is I should definitely carry some extensions, and I'm going to get some, because if you can't reach what you're trying to get to with a short, that's annoying. There's definitely cases where you'd need an extension. I actually just had one where I was taking a lug nut off, and I'm just now noticing I'm missing one. I don't even know where that went. But yeah, I had an instance where I was trying to take a lug nut off, and it was hard to get the short in there. Like, it'd still work, but definitely need to carry extensions. All right, so everything back in the bag. It all fits pretty good. Closes easily, that's important. Like, you don't want it overly full so that it's annoying. And then what's cool is once it's under the seat, like, you can just set it down, kind of smush it into place, shimmy it, and you know, it'll fit where I got to put it, which is nice. Because when there's a fixed size of the case in those plastic sets, they just don't fit anywhere. So I prefer to have it in a bag like this. Let me know what I missed, if I missed anything. This is going to be a continuous improvement kind of deal. If I'm missing something, I'll add it, but I think that's a pretty good setup. In addition to that tool bag, I also carry the second bag, and this just has my jumper cables and two 20-foot toe straps. These are 1-gauge jumper cables. I think they're like 25 feet, pretty solid. I use these to run the winch on my trailer. They'll reach from the front of the truck to the back. And then I think it's also just good to keep jumper cables with you at all times. I think there's also a D-ring in here somewhere too, but having these jumper cables on you full time is good. I mean, I've jumped a lot of people with these, and it's annoying when you have a vehicle that could jump someone, but you don't have cables, so I just always keep these in here. Two more things that are definitely important that I forgot that kind of just stay in my truck all the time. Zip ties. I mean, I always have zip ties, and then also some duct tape. That's in my truck all the time, but in any toolkit, that's definitely important. Like, it's, if you ever got a case where something moves and it shouldn't, these two things can usually fix that. So always got those. One more thing I did actually want to talk about was car jacks. And so my truck's got the regular kind of threaded bottle jack type that came with the truck, and I've used that a couple times. It's good. But I recently had an instance where a coworker got a flat tire. She was like, hey, can you help me change it? I was like, yeah, no problem. So I go out there, and it's the newer BMW. I look for the car jack, and BMWs don't come with car jacks. So then I tried to use this bottle jack in my truck, and it literally wouldn't fit underneath the rocker and then the ground of the car. Like, the bottle jack wouldn't fit. And the car was so low to the ground, like I couldn't even get this underneath the subframe. So I would like to carry one of those threaded scissor jacks that like most cars come with. I should just throw it back here and keep it in here. Because I was like, yeah, I can change your tire, but you know, I didn't have the jack. I had the tools to do it, but no jack, and I was blown away by that. But I guess new BMWs don't come with jacks. It actually, funny story, the BMW didn't even have a spare tire in it, so I wasn't going to be changing anything. I was just surprised by that, but I'm going to start carrying one of the regular scissor jacks to jack a car up, because this one is too big.